Family, welcome back to the Komon-Tok. My name is Mohamed Kabo. In this segment, we get a very important subject for can discuss, whether human trafficking, modern day slavery, sexual exploitation, forced labor, and much more. Now, before we go further, we can define what's human trafficking. We go take the United Nations definition. We say human trafficking now the criminal exploitation of women, men, children for a variety of purposes, including forced labor and sexual exploitation. Now, under the same United Nations, one small body they call International Labour Organization, we release an astonishing, an alarming statistics about people living in modern day slavery. Now, we will take from the 2016. We talk about 40.3 million people living in modern day slavery. And again, including 24.9 million people were in forced labor. And out of the 24.9 million people were trapped in forced labor, 16 million people they exploit them from the domestic, agriculture, and construction. And women and girls are largely or mostly affected with these statistics. And we see Leonean sisters like prompt me for bring this issue to people affected, including we African sisters there. Now you go get this information from Global Estimate of Modern Slavery, Forced Labor, Forced Marriage, Geneva, September 2017. You can check out this. And let me go further. There is a saying which goes, "No place like home." Whoever began for say this word, I feel say it deserves to be called a genius. Apart from tourism, nobody, absolutely, no go just sit down no more. Left in family, left in country, go to an unknown place. Go live there just like that. Now, even if you go to the society, they accept you, green card, no green card, money, no money, paper, no paper, the feeling of nostalgia, they always haunt you. This is true. But notwithstanding this, we see again, often and again, people they migrate, and mostly because of economic situation, economic opportunities, dire situation. And of recent, we see we sisters and they take the route in the Middle East through agencies where they promise them for better jobs, better opportunities, and as you already understand, there is a saying when it's a drowning man can hold on to anything for survival, even if it's a knife. If somebody they sink, if they go down at the water, right? If you send a knife, probably you go hold for survive. So these are the situation. Now, recently again, we see some videos there where they come on here, videos on the internet, on social media, where they depict the slavery, the exploitation, the inhuman treatment where we African sisters and Leoneans and some African sisters they go through from the Arab countries, the Middle East, the Gulf countries, we made up of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Jordan, Lebanon, Oman, all of them side and they side where enough evidence there for points yes indeed. And they really treat people with sisters with no respect. They see them like dumb animal, they see them like slave, they see them like not so much man, and they abuse them in all forms we think about. And what I will come show you, you will probably see, you will cry. Probably go cry and probably will even question the humanity. You go ask so many questions. If now really in the 21st century this day they happen. You know, I make most of the time we they always try for talk to with people at least. Some of their message where you get try for ponder upon that. Try for make small your little changes now your small corner. Because what you get for cancer so right now, this one way or the other, we all involved in this and we all get all for play. Now look at this report from the BBC. You go from there we'll make an analysis down again.
Kwa Saudi Arabia, Kuria, sababu nilipatikana na mfono watachukua. Mniokoe. Mira ole sole peri hakal sole priadi nakapatika.
2.8 million women work as maids in the Middle East. Many have their passports confiscated on arrival, and some find themselves trapped inside homes where they're overworked, underpaid, and physically abused.
Now this is her.
No, the world has come to know what is happening. As a mother, as a leader, I will not stand, I will not sit and watch this kind of shit. We are not animals. There is no slave trade anymore.
You are welcome here.
And you have a good choice that you have Mr. Yusuf. He's one of the best agencies in Jordan.
Thank you, Dad. We must call you Dad.
Lily, thank you. I appreciate. Thank you very much. And you too also so beautiful, really.
Thank you.
He came where I was sleeping and he told me, I want you. And I told him, no, I can't, I'm married. And he told me, you're in my house, you have to obey my roles in this house.
I was feeling confused, even I was wishing I would die. It was hard. I don't want to remember it.
So what's the causes abuse? Well, the Middle East, let's say specifically the Gulf states, then get a system what they call kafal system. Kafal, Arabic word, women mean sponsor. Now, before a migrant go now, any of them country, they are Lebanon, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Kuwait. The employer, when at the kafel, need for make a process of the visa. Now you're responsible for the visa, the tickets to and fro until the migrants come. And their agencies here, they can mislead the sisters here, they can mislead. They're not telling the hard fact. Then they tell them say they go work in a hotel, in a restaurants, in other place, and unfortunately they go find themselves in homes. And according to the system, we get legal tendency in the country, the migrant or the worker, domestic worker, a right they under the kafel, that is the sponsor, the employer. For example, you know they transfer job, no. You know they left the country, without him permission. You know they go nowhere, no. Until you contract end. And most of these abuse, they take place behind closed door. So the kafel system give a lot of power to the employer for make technically for enslave the migrant. And Boku human rights organization, they don't see the system as a modern day slavery. And technically, once you go inside under, then they confiscate your passport, you don't become enslaved. There is no way out of this. So that makes sometimes we talk to the leaders for make them do more. Because the only thing where they push people out of this, for good and not to say some no, we don't see the video, but because of the dire situation, things are hard. People they want to fend themselves, they want to fend for themselves, then picking them for their family. Lord, we do more. Lord, we try to put policies and create opportunities for people. So at the end of the day, we go reduce. If somebody gets in basic necessity along, the incentive for like move out for go fend that basic day, it go be minimal. Or maybe something not go there at all. Now, listen to we own sister. I want her to Timbo. We suffer another horrible fate in Kuwait. Lord, listen this quickly.
I say within 4 years, but the first year there was an begin get the problem. Inside the first year I lost me.
I lived in Kuwait for 4 years, and in the first year I lost my sight. It all started when I accidentally burnt my madam's clothes while ironing. She beat me up severely using all sorts of things on me. I was seriously injured on my back and everywhere on my body.
The woman can say pay for me clothes. I say I don't get money for pay for the clothes. I say I don't mean the goods was Then as my by the story, I say if you need it pay, say your body they pay.
30-year-old Awanatu is not the only victim of ill treatment in Kuwait and other countries after leaving their motherland to seek greener pastures overseas. Scars on Awanatu Timbo's body, which went viral on social media, was a clear manifestation of what many have described as barbaric, inhuman and ungodly. Several of them, she told me, were promised better lives overseas, but her experience, she continued, is one that she'll never forget.
They lock the doors because you know, say if you left the doors open, they run away.
I was locked in the house every day because my madam said I would run away. I received no salary there, and even though I requested talking to my relatives, I was refused.
I say because I not be no say now so this happy. I know they ever can if not so they happy.
Lucinda Bandel, a Sierra Leonean based in France, was the first to break the issue to several media houses. She also informed this medium that Awanatu needs financial support to undergo 21 surgeries to help her recover. What does this mean to Awanatu's relatives here in Sierra Leone?
I feel bad and discouraged.
I felt bad and I was discouraged.
I don't feel good. Up to now,
when I see my child,
if I see me picking on me,
I am pleading to our mothers not to send any of their children.
Tell sister and do the big one.
Let them be content with whatever they have.
Create. Let no ever send him picking. If you not carried it, it's a let them manage.
So this is not just one terrible situation where they happen to with sisters. And this is not one case. You know, somebody who left in country, normal one, now they in this situation. Now from what I understand, you need money for do 21 surgery. And all of this, it happened from one sister in France where take up this responsibility at least for even counter home. You know, apart from this, there are another videos where don't spread on the internet. I want you to listen to this one again. You go get another flavor. Let you understand really how serious the situation is. Listen to this one.
Salamu alaikum to the government of Kuwait. We are here, your children. We are crying. We are here in the shelter. We are crying every day for help. We need your help. Come to our rescue. We are your Muslim sisters. Please don't abandon us. We are here. We are suffering. We know we want to return to our country now, but things are not easy with us. And you know Ramadan is coming. Please, Papa government, please, the government of Kuwait, we are begging to you with tears. Come to our rescue, see to us, please, we are begging. We are Sierra Leoneans, we came here to find our survival, but things are not easy for us. But now we have decided to go home, we are pleased.
With all this evidence and more, you go no say yes indeed, them places and they, as far as the situation concerned now, not to say we inviting, especially when you get this black skin. You know, one of the most racist people wherever exists on planet are Arab people. Majority of the Arab people. I want to let you go back to history. When you talk about slave trade, the first people who start slave trade, check them, from the 7th century, the 8th century, although all of later date we get more record of the white people. But the Arab people, they enslaved the Africans earlier before the white man and Joseph. Before them Pedro and Sintra them visit alone. They enslaved people them, capitate them. You know, like it just too horrible for explain. One of the most racist people. In fact, they don't see black person as a human being. That is one. They don't see we like say we equal. They don't see we like we deserve respect. The moment when they see you, because of the long period of slavery back in Africa, the mentality, the picture when they see you, as soon as they see you like a dumb person, you're a person for enslave, person for take advantage of. These are the situations where they happen at their country. And even where religion can curb some of their excesses, it's still dangerous. Now, apart from real sisters, where they cry so, we can't play for you another recording where some of we African sisters from other countries like Kenya, Ghana, Ethiopia, where go to even probably another worse situation. Listen to this again before we can.
Okay, my name is Fuzia Wanjiro from Kenya. I worked as a domestic worker in Saudi Arabia, where I never knew that I was going to Saudi Arabia to work as a domestic worker. I knew I was going to Qatar to work as a receptionist. Then when I reached Qatar, I was told like, no, you still have another flight to Saudi Arabia. So I was and I used to pray and cry a lot. So after I finished my contract, I asked them, can you let me leave now? They said, no. You need to add up 1 year, then you can leave so we can be able to get another maid to come and work for us. So I never left because
the evidence is overwhelming. There are a lot of evidence for support the fact for tell you say the Arabs now one of the most excessive racist people on earth. We not get no respect for black man. They see us as a dumb rats. They not get no value over we. You know, it can painful. It can hurt some of we. You know, it can hurt some of we. What do you call human rights? You know, exists in their country. In fact, not today. I will know. So this we can just try at least for point some of their evidence for help sensitize we sisters away so desperate. I understand the situation desperate, but this report.
Like all the recruiting agency, let's say here in Lebanon, we have around 600 فيش 600 رخصة ما هي? Around 600 recruiting agency. You know how much money you can make?
No.
You can make a lot. It's not less than $1 million, okay? Even each year.
But we are not.
Yeah, but we are not working in that way. Because we can screw the client and we can screw the applicant. And nobody can do anything.
We can just try at least for point some of their evidence for help sensitize we sisters away so desperate. I understand the situation desperate, but sometimes you know what it's for like how beautiful you are for let you go to the country maybe the worst case scenario for you die, or maybe if you return not in that kind of format, you know, things are difficult, that is the fact. But at times we get for be curious, we get for be creative. These are some of the advice where I go suggest to like we sisters and let we be curious, look around your area, see what people want, felt me, try for come up. We get the brain, exercise the mental faculty. You know, farming day, I can always try for talk the farming not to tell body, just like we in our culture, and what it can cause some of them too much aspiration now because of again we leaders them. We leaders and they don't point or don't penetrate or don't send this culture say everything over abroad now ain't good. Investors, they see leaders and they fly from day in, day out. You know, like just like a family, the country live as a family. The leaders they go as soon as the parents there. What in the parents do, most likely if you get picking there, they go copy from the parents. The same way they happen. We leaders there within a power, they don't send to we. They don't put us as a culture say we problem the outside world. So most of them, instead of them look for a homegrown solution, try for sit down and find a little way, ways and for let we solve problems then busy they everywhere in the world. Cap in hand for going bigger, where at the end of the day and they just see them like clown. The same thing they apply. So the ordinary person out there will just assume and believe say we go over, so we're gonna any country, things will go better for her. But I can tell you this. There are people where they live fantastic life, happy life, past people who live in America, past people who live in Canada, past people who live in Australia, UK, and even Ukraine. This one just tells you sometimes that the brain is not about the brain. The location matters sometimes, but you know, not much if you get the real brain for let you exercise. And we all get, as long as you know to create person, you get the power for change yourself. There are many opportunities indeed. We just need for focus. And we go blame ourselves again. Most of the time, we as Sierra Leoneans and young people will not believe in partnership. We will not believe for team. And it can be difficult because there is a saying, two better heads are better than one. If you get somebody where you trust one or two, we not able to come together, bring an idea. When I sit down, I do brainstorming, when I crack on a brain, when I see along area waiting people they need most. When I try for providing service in there. at least now way of employment on ourselves. We all get village then. Every single Leonean, we got their village. You go your village, go na your village, you go start one small family. Not only you go sit on there, but once in a while you will go visit them. 10 years they run, you go don't go see something different. As long as you're passionate about it, I'm sure help will come out somewhere. So this painful for come up with then topic here, you know, it really painful. It really painful. So again, this now a message where we not for take light. And God can say, there is a saying, God help those who help themselves. In as much as we blame the government, in as much as sometimes we blame them people and also blame ourselves, because with all this evidence, there are people who go just ignore, but I can go. Look who's in there. Maybe now we don't know my situation. Everybody know your situation, but what do you choose? For live in a deformed life, or for let them might treat you as a slave, or for let go okay, Timon will not pay you. Some of them are not they pay them, some of them they rape them, some of them then they might treat them, some of them they beat them, some of them they commit suicide. Too much. My brothers and sisters, my sister specifically, are not saying not travel. But places like the Middle East, I want to think twice. If you ever want to travel, I want to think twice. Look for some side way a little bit better in terms of human rights. You know, it not necessarily means that something about Mokudi, but how they respect Motema, how they respect you. At least now it will better for you than you go chase that lady, because you go not working money, you know they get, and some of them know they get the money at all. So me family I go tap here. This a program where I believe say very very painful for me for Kamaputa, and I go try for make another program talking about how we brothers in the southern Libya and other places, you know, the issues there are facing issues they will not for left under the carpet, because people and they really suffer. People and they really suffer on this side, you know. So until then, I wish for soon again now the next episode we go come up with the next segment of we Komon-Tok. My name again once more, Namoame Kabo, Nakushe, and bye bye.